Hello and welcome to another episode of Vanilla City Skylines, where we are building the city of Minoqua Bay. Last episode, we continued out our infrastructure project by building out this airport so that we can get some intercity transportation built in. And in today's special episode, we are going to get our university started, as well as expand out this downtown frame so that we can help to remedy some of our traffic flow issues that you can see here. So the first thing I'm going to do is get this airline headquarters building, and we're just going to temporarily relocate it over here. And now what I want to do, just to get this set up for the university, we're going to take a medium road with trees and bicycle lanes. We're going to come out. Let's come off of road guidelines right quick. Come out by 15. Let's check where we're at with our slope. And for this section, we're going to keep it flat, but later on, we are going to start building this university into the mountain. Now we're going to come up by 10 and out by 10 using our curve road tool. Come here. Let's also check and make sure that this is flattened out. And let's go ahead and use road guideline so that we can see where we're at, and it's not gonna show us. That's fine. That'll be fine. So this is just a temporary frame for us so that we can get everything set up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come at these two nodes right here, and we're going to come out by a distance of 500, and we're going to do a 5x5 curve for each, and then connect it in. Now this is just temporary, and I think I actually may want to shift this over a little bit, because I do know that I want the College of Education to sit right here up against the road. We'll come back to it. So first thing we need to do, we are having terrible coverage with our death care, so what I'm going to do is the same thing that we have historically done with these cemeteries. Just going to collapse the building. Speed things up a little bit. Get rid of it. Place a new cemetery. I'm going to do that with these two cemeteries that I placed as well. And both of these were just for increasing the coverage of our death care. So now what I want to do is I'm going to come in with a 3-lane one-way, and we're going to expand out our roadway network. So our new grid is going to be an 8x20. I believe I'm going to have to get rid of this road, which is fine. It'll also mean we get rid of that sidewalk. That is also fine. I think what I'll do is I'll come in. Let's use a 2-lane road with trees. Well, as soon as we get this in, so that we know where that sits. So that's not going to let us do anything. That's totally fine. So what we can do is we're going to come off of road guidelines. And we're going to come here with some park life fencing, or park life paths, rather. And in between, we're going to use our horse chestnut, I believe is what this is. Yes, horse chestnut. And we're just going to line the paths straight down the middle with these trees. Very nice. I think on this side, but we come in with our date palms alongside our metro. We will also do that on this side as well. Being careful not to clip the metro with the tree. That's going to cut it too close, so we're just not going to worry about building that. Alright. So let's come back to our small roads. And make sure that we have our directionality correct. So it's going to go left, right, left, right. And we always want it to alternate directions. So let's also come here. Let's use road guidelines so I can see where exactly we're at. 760 the correct? No, it is not. Why is that wrong? Actually, you know what? I think I know why it's wrong. Let's come in here right quick and get our 4-lane road put back in. And that should solve the problem. So this is going to go down, this is going to go up. This is going to be imaginary down, which would make this up and makes that down. Very nice. So we also want to reverse the direction here, and this will help to increase our traffic flow a little bit. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to come to our traffic routes tab. We're going to turn off the traffic light here and make this a stop sign. This one would need to be a traffic light because you're going to have blind spots from the metro station. This one is also going to need to be a traffic light so that we know... Yeah, let's keep that one a traffic light. We'll monitor how that situation works out, just dependent upon how it reacts to the pedestrians, which we have a lot of pedestrian traffic that is going to be coming from here. So we also want to come in and be sure to turn off some of these traffic lights as well. That traffic light is going to stay, this one is going to go. That traffic light where we have the 2 ramps intersecting, that one needs to stay. Alright. So now let's come in. And I want to kind of hug against this flood wall that we built. And we're basically going to treat it like it's part of our grid. I think that may be the correct length that we need to come. Yeah, that should be fine. So let's come up one more of what our block is going to be. And that should be fine. Ooh, you know what? This needs to go down. And I'll show you in a second why this has to go down, but for now, just trust me when I say it needs to go down. So here... Oh, wait, no, it needed to go up. Ah! I knew I'd mess something up. And it looks like I messed something else up, too. Let's see. come off of that. That's going to be a little messy, isn't it? Let's come off of those and just use road guideline. Now let's check with road length just to see where that's at. So that is 19 tiles, and that is 20. Certainly not ideal, but it'll be fine. Okay, so we're gonna flip these directions back. So that we still have our loop maintained. Cool. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come to our Metro tab, and we're going to extend this Metro line out across this avenue. About that far should do it. And we're going to continue out our grid. Making sure that we have the correct directionality. Which, it'll be fine. So let's come into our content creator pack. I think I want to use the elevated dual island metro station. So about there should do. And what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to come in and delete these roads. Which we're going to place them back, don't worry. They're going to be fine where they're at. Just, we need them to go away temporarily. I think that is going to have to come a little bit closer so that it angles in correctly, and that's still not going to do it. Let's come off of our snapping. Let's see if that helps us. That is about as smooth of a curve as we're going to get, which is fine. That is perfectly fine. So now let's come in, just pause temporarily so that we can create this new stop. I don't know why it's wanting to do that there. There we go. So now that stop is correct. I don't think we want to do an express. Maybe we do. I don't know. We'll see later on how that works out. But for now, let's come back, and we're going to use all of our snapping. So this is going to be about 6 units from the road. We're going to curve that, just like that. And now let's come back with our roads. And we're going to kind of decorate this out. So we'll bring park life fencing there. Come off of road guideline. We'll have park life fence there. And now let's come to some of our plazas. And I think this would be a good place to use a flower plaza. Absolutely gorgeous. I love these things. And then we'll just line around this side with a couple of date palms. And maybe even come in with some of our favorite, the Pacific rhododendrons, up at the front. And along this back side as well. And then we can just throw in a few hedges just kind of randomly. And I think that really helps to bring some importance to this metro stop. Which we can also bring some pathways along the back. And I think this will be a good place for us to have a high capacity elementary school. That's not gonna work. But what we can do is we're gonna bring in a park fence just around the back and come in with some of our favorite horse chestnut. Very nice. And so we're going to want to get another block of this in. Just so that that all works. And let's check our directionality. You need to go that way. Both of you need to go the other direction. And, I mean, I really don't like how close some of these traffic lights are, but I think it'll be fine because we're really making an effort to prioritize public transit. So it really should not be an issue. And I think it could also be a good idea for us to come in and extend this rail line. Just so that we remember that it exists. Not entirely sure where we want to feed that exactly, but you know, we'll keep it coming along this route. Bearing in mind, of course, that these trains need to have much fewer stops compared to our metro station. So I think let's bring our airline headquarters building, let's say right here. That might be a good place. And we'll frame this also with a park life path just around the back of it. Let's check and see. Yes, we have the room. It might be better if we came along this so that we would be snapping to that angle. So let's come off of grid and road length just so that we can frame that very nicely. Cool. So along this corridor right here, we're going to place some high capacity or high density commercial zoning. Which we also want to have some office space in between just to block out some of the noise pollution that is going to be generated by the high density commercial. Let's also come and paint out a district. come around here. I know this district looks very, very ugly. Just bear with me. And we're going to come to our specializations, and let's have this all be a wall-to-wall specialization for commercial, office, and residential. We also want to make sure that we have some decent park coverage as well. So let's see what kind of parks we may want to have. Maybe a basketball court. Or is that a tennis court? That's a tennis court. Oh well. It'll be fine. I think here, let's bring that park life path in. Come to everything except road guideline. And just to match this asset, we're going to come with the tree with leaves number 2 around the side. Not too bad. Not too bad. Alright, so now we're just going to unpause the simulation. And hopefully this will get us up to our population goal, which is 14,000. That way we can get started on our university. Do you want water? Yes, you want water. You know, I think a good building that would fit in with this area really nicely. Let's see if we have enough money for it. Well, yeah, that would work, but the one that I'm thinking about is the Museum of Postmodern Art. And it looks like it'll fit real nicely right here as soon as we have the money. So I'm just going to let this sim for a little bit, and we will be right back as soon as we are ready to start building the university. Alright, so we just hit 14,000 in population, which means that we now are able to build out our liberal arts college campus area. So let's come over here right quick, and we're going to paint out a campus area, just a small one for now, and it will continue to expand quite rapidly. So let's buy this tile right here. Maybe not the best strategic tile considering, ooh, I forgot to give them water. Alright, they have water now. Alright. So, we're going to come into our liberal arts college campus area. I think that might be a good place. Let's see. So I think how we're going to do this, let's use the one with the wide sidewalks. So we're going to come out by 10, curve down by 5, curve down by 5 again. Let's see here. No, that's... So, what I'm working on trying to get is making sure that we have room for a, one of our, pedestrian area plazas. So let's go ahead and mark that there. And we can curve in like that. So now let's place the College of Liberal Arts main building. I'm going to center it right about there. Should do. Now we're going to come in. And hook that in. So now let's come to our parks. And let's see. How about a couple of fountain plazas right outside the steps of the main building? And we'll come along with a park fence around both sides. And really focus on landscaping out this area. So let's see, do we have enough room for some of our favorite rocks? If we place it in just the right spot, we do. Very nice. Let's come around with some of this overgrowth. Place down a couple of small rocks. And how about some California king palms? Just around the side. I think that looks very nice. Very nice indeed. So we're going to come over here, right up against this road. We're going to have to just kind of paint this out a little bit more. We want this to sit directly against the road. Like that. Yeah, I think that works. And we'll come around and kind of fix some of this terraforming so that it looks less terrible. And we will grade this out quite a bit as we progress through this. So let's see, how about, let's bring a path here, connect it like that. I wonder, is that going to be enough room for us to fit a dormitory? It will. So we'll place the one dormitory right here. I think this would be, so let's see what tree that is. That appears to be the alder tree. So we're just kind of extend the asset a little bit by framing it with the trees that it already has. Oh, you want electricity, don't you? Let's see. I wonder. Yeah, we'll just connect that over there temporarily. And now let's come around and get the water pipes in for the university. It's not like it's going to abandon or anything, but you know, we still want to make sure that it has the resources that it needs. What is going on? No, we do not accept that. Fortunately, I know what to do. Let's raise taxes. That'll get us out of debt real quick. And then we're just going to have to monitor this and just see exactly when the citizens complain the most about the taxes. So we're basically just waiting for any of the red to show up. And we're going to bring everything back down to where it's supposed to be. Cool. So now we have money. Let's see. How about a drama club right by this dormitory? We can frame around it like that. Bring in some of the alder trees. I think here. How about... No, I don't like the oak tree. So let's bring a couple of these California king palms. We'll also bring some of our favorite flowers alongside it. We can also come over here and grab the horse chestnuts, just in a straight line right along the road. Which we do want to think about how we're decorating this road, what trees we're using, and I think we will use the coconut palms. Maybe? How do these look? They look okay. I don't like them that much, though. Yeah, we'll go with this. That will be fine. And we can frame around with that tree as well. Not too shabby. Now let's see. We do want to bring in the study hall, and I think it will fit just nicely right here in front of the School of Education. We'll get rid of our fencing, unfortunately, but, you know. It's a small price to pay for a good location, I think. Let's come around like that. Why are you there? Let's shift in a little bit. Get rid of that, get rid of these. See if we can get a larger building to come in there. Alright. Now, in front of our education building, we want to have a larger plaza. So let's use both a fountain and a statue plaza. Oh, right, we can't quite come around like that. If we came like that. And then we can come off all of our snap twos with a fence. Use angle snap there. And I think this would probably be a more appropriate spot for a nice large oak tree. Bring in some overgrowth. Of course, some of our favorite flowers along the side. A couple wild hedges, just kind of scatter them around. We'll do the same thing with our rocks. It's not looking too bad. Not looking too bad. Let's check on our campus attractiveness, which we need to increase just a little bit. And I think we can do that by placing down our liberal arts college groundskeeping, which we can tuck away nicely, probably about here. Or here. That might be a better spot. Oh, it's so close. It's so close. We just need one more building. Oh, and we just hit 17,000 in population, which will unlock our baseball stadium, as well as our waste processing complex, waste transfer facility, the solar power plant, bus metro hub, and intercity bus terminal. And it also unlocks the third loan, so just whenever I feel like I need $200,000, that will definitely be coming in handy. So let's see, can we fit another dormitory here? We cannot. Yeah, not even if we took out that fence. We would not be able to fit that. So let's take a look now at sloping this out. And we're going to find a slope, or just an elevation point that we feel comfortable with. Let's terraform that layer out. Now we're going to slope up to it. We can bring in a road. Say 2-lane road with bicycle lanes. We're just going to kind of curve up and sit on this little layer that we terraformed out. Let's terraform it out over here as well. I know this is a giant cliff. We will get that fixed soon. So let's come up using grid and road length. Come up by 20 tiles, or 20 units. Now let's come to road guideline, and we're going to hook in. All right. So let's come behind our School of Education with a fence. And we're going to come and lock into this grid as well, using our park life path. So let's check and see also where the electricity is, and I think that's about where it's going to be. And I don't know, we'll see what we want to do with that space. I don't think I want to use it quite yet. So now we're going to expand out our campus just a tiny, tiny little bit. We need to place down another dormitory, which I think we can get away with placing right here along the road. Need to terraform out just a tiny, tiny little bit more. And that's fine. Let's see if we can... It's about here, I think. You can come around the back. Just barely missed it on that side, which we can cover up with some of our favorite trees. We can figure something for this area, I think. we can terraform out a small layer right here to sit up against this pathway. And we can come in with some of our large palm trees right around the back of the School of Education. And that should work nicely. So now let's see. We now have our campus attractiveness. Let's go ahead and add visiting scholars. And we'll grant some funding for music research. And we just hit level 2, which will unlock the liberal arts cafeteria, the liberal arts fountain, the liberal arts gymnasium, and the outdoor study. And we published academic works on the sound of noise and city sounds. Cool. Now, my absolute least favorite asset to use is this outdoor study. No particular reason why, I just don't like it. But that's fine, we just won't use it. So let's place the... Actually, I don't think that's going to terraform very nicely, is it? If we place the gymnasium there. Yeah, that's not going to be very kind. But we can come up there, I think. Let's try to slope this out a little bit, if we can, which I don't believe we will be able to. And that's fine, because we can just place a few rocks around it. Just to cover it up, maybe. I don't think it's really that bad, though. And if we're just going to use landscaping anyways around this, what difference does it make? Well, that part right there is not too kind, but, you know, like I said, just come around with a few palm trees. Not that one. Maybe our horse chestnuts as well. We can use some of our flowers as well, just to really help to landscape this and bring it to life. Alright, I think this will possibly allow us to cover that up. So let's see. Hardly notice it. Ew, except for right here. That'll be fine. Not worried about it. But it may look better if we just don't have that pathway. I don't like that idea, but, you know, it's just what's gonna end up working the best for us, I think. So we'll just come around again, cover it up, and maybe even introduce a rock feature over here. Or not. We don't have to have that. It'll be fine. Maybe come around with some beech trees and some of our vanilla palms. And of course, our favorite tree. Let's see how this looks. Very nice indeed. So now we also want to make sure that we incorporate our university fountain, which I think may work better in this space because these plazas don't really give us much in a university space. So let's just get rid of them temporarily. We can put one of them back in, or both of them, just depending on how much space we have. So there is our liberal arts fountain, which I think we can come back with our statue plaza around the back. And that fits in very nicely. Very nicely indeed. Alright, so let's also place in our cafeteria. We want our students to have a place to eat. Buy their meal plans and such. I just don't like it up against that road. What about here? It'll fit there. Right behind the study hall. And we could even flip this asset around so that the study hall is facing the cafeteria. I think that's nice. I think that will be very nice indeed. So our traffic flow here still is not that great. And it's this specific intersection where, as you can see, we have tons of pedestrians that just apparently want to get run over by a bus. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. So we still need to increase campus attractiveness, which... it would be really easy if I wanted to place this building down, but I just don't really have room for it unless I place it right here. But that also leads straight to the industrial area, and I don't really want the outdoor study to be right next to a train station. That just seems cruel. So if we place another dormitory, that gets us closer. What if we come out here? Maybe not there. Let's check and see where the topography level's out. So it's, yeah, it's approximately right here. I don't mind that texture right there. I really don't. So we'll place a dormitory right behind the College of Education. Let's come off of everything but angle snap. So we now have another dormitory right there. We can fit maybe another one right here? No. No, we cannot. So what we can do is we can get rid of this pathway. And let's start getting these dormitories right up next to each other. As close as we can. That will work for that. See how close we're getting. Do we want to just, like, spam a groundskeeping? See if that gets us. Because I'm not gonna... I don't want to keep building out dormitories right here. I mean, I guess I can put one more. And that would kind of make sense. See how close we can get this. Not in campus area. It's in the campus area now. And we just have enough attractiveness. Okay. That works. So hopefully this will level up to level 3, and when it does, we will be right back. Alright, so our university has now hit level 3, which unlocks the Liberal Arts Academic Statue, the Art Club, the Liberal Arts Library, the School of Environmental Studies, and the Liberal Arts Commencement Office. So let's see if this will fit, and it will. Let's also get rid of some of these crematoriums that I just kind of threw in just to help me out with our death care issues. I'll probably just keep one of them over here. Let's go ahead and get rid of these. And we may reconfigure this area as well. We will just kind of see how that works out for us. So we're going to place down the School of Environmental Studies right here up against that road. And let's come around the back of it with our path network. And we will connect that in there. And we can already see that's really helping to expand out this campus. Let's take a look. What else do we have? An academic statue. That will not fit there. That will not even come close to fitting there, but it will fit over here next to this dormitory. So let's just come to our angle snap. And I think that'll be fine as is. We also want to come in and place our commencement office so that people can graduate. We don't want the airport road, we want this road. What is going on with my roads? There we go. Or do we want to pull this back a little bit more? And then we can bring out another layer, let's say about here. Soften this a little bit, slip it back. And we'll slope down to this point as well. And I think this will be, again, using our path network rather than using the roads. let's not come directly next to that. We can use this space for landscaping. Let's come off of that just temporarily. And let's see, how about we curve up like this? And then we'll just flatten this out. And let's see about placing, that's not gonna work. Oh, we could probably fit something over there, but for now, let's come in and see our art club. Also not gonna fit, but it will fit right about here. So let's hug up against that path. And that, again, is just a place where we can go in and do some landscaping. So let's come around the back over here. That's not far enough. So we really want this layer to be about here, I think. I think that would be a better place to have that. So we're going to terraform this out. I think this could be a good place for us to put our library if it was in the campus area. If we look back here, you know, it's giving us that small crawl in height, which we like. So let's come and box around this. We'll use road length. Oh, picky, picky, picky. So it wants this to come over a little bit. But right there might do the trick. Alright. So let's make sure that this hugs right against that. And now we can hook in. Very nice. So now let's hook this into our path network. Right there should do the trick. We should also come over here and terraform out a layer. We've already got that. Maybe another dormitory that overlooks the campus. Let's get rid of these power lines temporarily as well. And let's look at pushing this right up against our network so that we have this exposed rock, which, you know, it's not always ideal to see in the city, but I think in this scenario it actually works. So let's come and extend this out just a tiny little bit. Very nice. Let's see where we're at on attractiveness. We still have a long way to go. Long way to go. Part of that is going to be the commencement office, which You know, I think let's extend this road out. Because we do want to make sure that we are extending pretty close to the river for our football stadium as soon as we unlock it. How about we extend this out just a tiny little bit. And let's bring in the commencement office. Right here. And then let's come in with our path network. Right around it. I think that's helping to extend this pretty nicely. So let's also work on getting some connectivity up to this hillside dormitory. And we're just going to hook that into this path right here. We'll come in and landscape that later. Let's see what else we can throw in. We do actually have room for the outdoor study over here. We're not going to use it, but you know, we have the ability to do it. So we need 100 more attractiveness points. We also want to make sure that we're getting rid of this that little dummy asset that we placed in. Let's see. How about we come around this with a path? How about you let me place the path down? That'll work. Just kind of slip around there. Now let's use a road guideline. Help us hook into that. And that'll work that nicely. Looks pretty nice from this view. We need something to fill out this space right here. Which I think realistically that's just gonna end up having to be like trees and rocks and whatnot. Not that we have space for rocks, but you know, that's what that's gonna end up having to be. So let's see, what else can we reasonably add? Because I don't think we need to add another library. And we... Okay, so we're staying at the same level, is basically what this is telling us. We increased the campus attractiveness, we lost students, and we gained 1 academic work. So actually this could be where we actually use the outdoor study. Okay. I'm fine with that. So let's extend out our campus area. And we will place down the outdoor study. And again, we want to box that in with our pathways. And you know, this I think would be a great spot for another dormitory. Why not? pull this back a little bit. And we'll come in here with some alder trees. Ooh, we want to make sure we have water. Let's make sure we have water over here. And that... Aw, come on, really? Okay. How about another fountain? We can place the fountain next to the library, I think. Maybe one on either side. And just come in to terraform this out a tiny bit more. Which we will definitely have to do something about that terraforming, because that is a little on the aggressive side in terms of cutting into a cliff. So that one we will have to do that there. This one we don't. But I think we can get away with just redoing that path and then hooking back in using our road guideline. And that doesn't really change the way that it looks. There we go. Alright, so we'll see if we can get this to level 4. I think this may just be where we jump into some detailing. We will look into that and come back. Alright, so we're back. Just looking into what this looks like. So we have 900 out of our 1,200 students, which means we need to increase by 1,200. And if we come into here, we have 2,300 eligible, which if we came over here and did the education boost, people would prioritize coming to university, but I don't want to use that quite yet, just because, you know, that's something that can really prevent us from getting to level 5. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and detail up what we've got, and we will come back and expand this out probably around the time that we hit 26,000 in population. Alright, so I'm going to jump into some detailing and we will be right back. Thank you all so much for watching. If you haven't already, please go ahead and like and subscribe below. This is, I think, a really good start to our university, and the reason that I'm focusing so much on getting this out of the way right now is because with our new DLC releasing next week, I want to make sure that we go ahead and start on financial districts next Tuesday. Hopefully it releases at around 4 a.m. That's usually about the time that I'm filming these and hastily getting them edited. But yeah, I think next week we will focus on the financial district, and if we are not able to get the financial district in time, then we will focus on getting started on the Skyline. And now, a brief city tour.